What's up, guys? Welcome back to Healthy Recipe. We're going to be making a keto zoodles recipe today. We're going to be using some zucchini to make the zoodles, which, if you guys didn't know already, are those zucchini noodles that are great for doing keto diet. They have no carbs. Well, they have a little bit of carbs, but zucchini, as you guys know, is very light in calories, very light in carbs. So we're going to be making some noodles out of the zucchini, and then we're using a pork chop. We're going to chop that up, and we're going to use it as part of a recipe. We're going to kind of do like a stir fry noodles recipe with some other veggies. It's going to be really, really delicious with some fresh olive oil. So let's get right to work. Okay, so this is what we have today to work with. Usually when I make recipes, I just look to see what I have in the refrigerator according to what I feel like eating that day, what type of diet. I switch it up a lot. Sometimes I eat vegan, some days I eat keto. I do intermittent fasting. So I do a little bit of everything combined. I take pieces from different diets, depending on what suits me at that specific time and period. I like to have a lot of freedom these days. I don't like to be bound to just one specific style of eating. With that being said, I usually try to always eat a lot of fresh vegetables no matter what I'm eating, just because I believe that there's a lot of phytonutrients and antioxidants and things like that, vitamins that are natural occurring in these organic and natural veggies. So I try to eat a lot of that every day. So as you can see here, we got quite a bit of different types of veggies and stuff. The first thing we got here is some fresh cilantro, and this is organic. This is actually from the store. This time of year, it's not growing here in Florida. We just started trying to grow some again, but it's for some reason it's kind of seasonal. I have some pork chop. This is a free-range pork chop that I had in the refrigerator. I have zucchini, also from the store, organic. I have one Roma tomato. I have some minced garlic. I have half of a yellow bell pepper. About a quarter of a big red onion. One jalapeno. I'm using organic olive oil. Organic butter. I have some cooking wine here also. And some Parmesan cheese, dry aged. So that's basically everything that I have for the recipe. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make our zoodles out of our zucchini. Okay, so basically all I'm going to do here is evenly cut both ends. So then it will fit properly in our zoodle maker. This is called the Cali Chef Zoodle Maker. It's got like a little wheel to push in, and then it's got different types of blades for thinner zoodles, thicker, or also you can cut ribbons in this. It's really, really nice. It holds up really well. It's got these rubber feet. It holds up really well on the cutting board. So basically, all I'm going to do is we're going to take our zucchini, stick it in here. It's got these little spikes, and then it's got like a little centerpiece where it hooks onto. So basically all we do is we take the zucchini and we spin it, and we get the zoodles out the other end. I'm going to switch it over for you guys so you can see them kind of coming out the other end. As you can see, got a good amount already. So we're going to continue. Give you guys a little bit of a different angle there. We got this little centerpiece which I'll also use. So as you guys can see, we got quite a bit of volume out of that one zucchini. So I mean that's enough to make probably maybe 2 small servings of zoodles, depending on how much you eat. For me, this is probably more like 1 big serving for the day. I might eat this as like one of my meals, like maybe have this for lunch and then eat something else later. Usually I eat 2 or 3 meals a day. I do quite a bit of intermittent fasting, so I eat usually around 12, sometimes 2 p.m. I usually skip breakfast. Sometimes I'll eat breakfast. It depends on, what mood I'm in or what I feel like eating. So basically I took the little pieces there. Let's chop them up. We're going to set this stuff aside. And we're going to go over to our raw cutting board and chop up our... Actually, we're going to set our zoodles aside. And we're going to finish chopping up the rest of our veggies before we go and cut up our pork chop. And these stems right here on this cilantro, I'm going to actually just set aside. And I use this for like a pesto or a chimichurri sauce later. I don't waste anything when it comes to food. So we're just going to cut this up. Does not have to be anything special or super fine. Just a decent chop. And if you don't like cilantro, you can use parsley. I know there's people that have a genetic predisposition that makes cilantro taste like soap. So I know that there is people out there that do not like it. That aside. And our pepper, we're just going to go ahead and julienne it. Cut it into 2 segments, and then we're going to go ahead and julienne it. Our tomato, I'm just going to cut the end. I'm going to go ahead and cut it into small wedges. Tomato will break up and it become almost part of a sauce in this recipe. Pretty much have everything we needed cut up as far as the veggies. Now we're going to go ahead and do our pork chop. Alright, so basically what we're going to do with this pork chop is we're just going to cut the bone out. Cut around the bone. And we're going to go ahead and take this center cut piece here first. This is the part when you get boneless chops. This is usually what they sell you. We're just going to cut it to small slices. And then cut it again, just to strips. And this piece here, I'm going to just trim that piece of fat off there. And I can use that. I could actually take that and render it and use it for cooking. I'm not going to use it in this recipe, even though it's keto, because I'm trying to add the flavor of the butter and the olive oil also. So it's gonna have enough fat for a keto recipe. I just rather use that fat for something else. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this down the middle, just like that. Then we're gonna cut it into some more strips at an angle. probably got about maybe 3/4 of a pound of meat there, maybe almost a pound of pork chop meat. So now we're gonna go ahead and start off cooking in our wok. First thing I'm gonna do is start off with a tablespoon or so of olive oil. Once our olive oil is heated, I'm gonna go ahead and drop our garlic. Now we're going to go ahead and go in with our pepper, our bell pepper. Now we're going in with our tomato. The butter's going to add some nice creaminess to the recipe, along with that garlic. It's going to be almost like a nice garlic, butter, and olive oil flavor. Let that simmer for a minute. We're going to go ahead and add in our noodles. And this is just a few seconds because these guys cook quick. You just kind of want to toss them in a little bit with the hot sauce and the pork and kind of just wilt them, and then you got to get them off. So what I'm going to do is basically we're just going to toss them around a little bit. Beautiful. I'm going to add a little bit of our Parmesan cheese. Go ahead and shred it right on top. Add some more of that umami flavor and creaminess. Some aged Parmesan. Right. Beautiful. Now I'm going to throw in our cilantro, which is going to add a really different dimension of flavor and freshness. Like I said, if you guys don't like cilantro, you can easily do this with parsley. So that's pretty much done. We don't want to give this any more heat. Now we're going to go ahead and serve it with some more Parmesan cheese over it. Alright, so there you have it. And we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of cracked pepper over the top. Personally, I love fresh jalapeno, so I'm going to add some fresh jalapeno slices. Just around the bowl like that, just to make it look nice. And I'll actually eat those with this. A little bit of Parmesan over the top of it. A little bit more fresh parsley. Just like that. And there you have it, guys. There is my recipe for some zoodles with some organic pork chop. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to give us a like so we can continue growing the channel. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you really soon on the next one. Alright, so here's the moment of truth. I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. See how it came out. Takes a little bit of everything. Really, really amazing. I am totally obsessed with zoodles lately. It had been a while since I've been eating these, but I hadn't gotten back into cooking them again until I got that new Cali Chef spiralizer. I started playing around with some of these recipes again. I can tell you that this is so much better to me than pasta. It's so much more refreshing. It's so light. You can eat this and actually go to the gym or go outside, go do whatever you gotta do. You're not gonna be sitting, falling asleep after all the carbs. Mmm. So many ways you can do this. This tastes really, really good with this pork, the cracked black pepper, the butter, the olive oil. The cilantro adds another extra degree of freshness. This is just totally amazing.